equal to. Today we're going to derive the quadratic formula. First of all, what is a quadratic equation? Okay, a quadratic equation is an equation of degree 2. Quad has something to do with the square there. Okay, if you look up the word. Okay, the standard form for a quadratic equation will be you move every term to the left side and you have one side to be zero. That's called a standard form. Okay. So how about you guys want to discover the quadratic formula together with me? So first of all, over here, in order to solve for x, first, it will be better that if we can have a square on one side and then equal to a number on the other side, then we can take plus or minus square root, right? Take plus or minus square root to solve it. Okay. Now over here, we don't have a complete square like that. Okay. So what we do here is we try to complete the square over here. Okay. So how do we complete the square here? So you will leave this x term on one side. It will have ax squared plus dx. Okay. And then on the other side, you will have this negative c. Okay. So I have the x term on one side and then the number on the other side because I'm trying to make a square on this side, number on the other side. Okay. Now I need to complete the square here. But remember last time when we complete the square, this has to be just x squared instead of having the a as a coefficient. So we'll divide by a on both sides. So divide by a on both sides. Now the coefficient for the x squared will be just 1. Okay, they cancel out. So that will give me x squared plus b over a x. Okay, and then the other side will be negative c over a, right? Yeah. Okay, are you there with me? It's good? Okay, good. Now we're going to do completing the square, okay? So we're going to complete the square on this side. So then we have a square on this side and a number on the other side, okay? So I'm trying to figure what number should I put here, okay? So I'm trying to think about what should I put here. And whatever I put here, I need to put on the other side also, okay? So when we complete the square, what we do is we take this one, divide by 2 or times a half, right? So I'm going to times a half. Okay, what's b over a times 1/2? Everyone?
b over 2a.
Over 2a, okay, very good. So that will be b over 2a. Okay, after that, we're going to square. Okay, so we're going to square and put it there. What's the square? We square this. We're going to square the b on top, right? Square the 2a at the bottom in the denominator. So what's the square of this? Okay, you got it. Okay, b squared over 4a squared. Okay, so you need to add. So you need to add this b squared over 4a squared. Okay, because square this b, you get b squared. Square the 2a, you get 4a squared. Right? Okay. Now I'm going to ask you guys, if I add this to this side, do I need to add that on the other side also?
Yes.
You add on this side, you need to add on the other side to balance the equation, right? So you need to add
b squared over 4a squared.
A on this side also. Okay, so you add both sides. Okay. Okay, so now this side over here is going to be a perfect square. Okay, what perfect square this is going to be?
X plus
X plus what?
over 2.
Okay, yes, you got it. Okay, so that is going to be the perfect square of x plus e over 2a, right? Okay, good. Okay, and then that's equal to. Now on the other side over here, notice that what happened over here? That let's combine this into one term, right? So to combine it into one single term, we want them to have the same denominator. So what's the least common denominator for this one and this one?
4
squared.
4a squared.
So this is only for a square. I'm not going to touch it. But for this one, I need to.
4a.
So did you just say multiply by 4a?
Yes.
So we multiply by 4a up and down. So 4a times that up and down. Now by doing this, I will have, now they have the same denominator, okay? The denominator
4ac.
for a square, right? The denominator is 4a squared. Okay. 4a squared is the denominator. Now because this one starts with a minus sign, I'm going to leave it over at the back, okay? So that will be minus 4ac, okay? So this minus 4ac, I put it over here. You see it? Okay. Right. But what about this b squared? The b squared has positive coefficient, so I'm going to put the b squared in front over here. B squared over here. Okay. So b squared over here. Are you guys with me? Okay. Now we have now over here. After this, we're going to have this perfect square here. Okay, and then this side will be number. Think about those ABC a number. So this is number. This side is a square, right? To undo the square, what do? We take plus or minus square root, right? So I'm going to take plus or minus square root on both sides to undo the square. Okay. So this side over here we got is what? As b over 2a, right? Okay, x plus b over 2a. And then this is going to equal to, okay, well, this is going to be 4a squared, b squared, minus 4ac. But remember, we're taking square root, right? So plus or minus square root, right? Okay. Okay, we're almost there, okay? I'll be so proud that you guys can do this. Okay. Okay, so we have x plus, let's simplify the right side a little bit, okay? So that is plus or minus. Okay. Okay, a here is positive. Okay. So what's so we're going to take the square root of 4a squared. What's the square root of 4a squared? Everyone?
2a.
2a.
Yeah, the a here is positive. So let's put the 2a there. So we get 2a. Okay, a here is positive. Okay. Okay. Now on top, this we kind of simplify. So let's put the square root over. So that is square root of b squared minus 4ac. Okay. All right. We're almost there. Okay. So after that, this is x. In order to isolate this x, we're going to subtract this on both sides, or think about move this to the other side. Right. So move the other side, become minus. Okay. So this becomes minus b over 2a. Okay. And then plus or minus this over 2a. Okay. Finally, they have the same denominator. So let's combine them. Okay. So what's a common denominator here? Everyone? Common denominator.
2a.
Yeah. So let's put down the 2a. So that's 2a. Okay. From this one, we have what? Negative b. Okay. So we have this negative b. Okay. And then this one has plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. Wow. Okay. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. You guys did a good job. You guys discover this quadratic formula. Okay. Very nice. You guys are genius. Okay. All right. So, so this quadratic formula is a formula that will give you the solution for any quadratic equation. Okay. With a does not equal to 0. Okay. So x is equal to